final notice came at dawn. It wasn't slipped under the door. It was printed on a large, placard-style sign staked into my perfectly manicured lawn. This property is condemned by order of the Ho Security Council. Forcible eviction and entry to be executed today at 18:00 hours. It was a declaration of war, a public spectacle designed to demonstrate their ultimate authority to the entire terrified neighborhood. They were no longer hiding their intentions, they were broadcasting them. My time was up. Adrenaline burned away the fatigue. This was no longer a defensive game. I was in my element now, a hardened location with a known threat and a clear deadline. I moved with a cold, focused efficiency I hadn't felt in years. I activated a protocol I'd hoped I'd never have to use on American soil. Using an encrypted, emergency-only satellite link, I sent a coded distress call to a specific desk at the Bureau, bypassing my entire chain of command. The message was simple: sovereign citizen extremist group, armed, impersonating LEOs, attempting unlawful seizure of federal agents' property. Imminent threat, request emergency intervention, evidence secured on site. It was a version of the truth, stripped of the incredible parts, designed to trigger the fastest possible response. Then I prepared the battlefield. I disabled the cloud backup on my home security system, ensuring all footage would be stored locally on a hidden, hardened drive. I gathered every piece of evidence, the notices, the photograph, the personnel, memo, and sealed them in a fireproof case, along with a signed affidavit detailing everything I knew. I placed it in a location they would never find. I didn't draw my service weapon. That would be their play, to provoke a shooting and justify their own violence. Instead, I set up multiple recording devices, ensuring audio and video coverage from every angle of my entryway and living room. I put on a jacket with a discreet body cam. I was going to make them famous. As the clock ticked down to 6:00 p.m., the street outside fell silent. Curtains were drawn, porch lights were turned off, the neighborhood was holding its breath. I stood in my living room, in the dark, watching the shadow of the placard on my lawn stretch longer and longer. The hum of the approaching vehicle wasn't the quiet sedan. It was the heavier diesel growl of a large SUV. They were coming not to intimidate, but to conquer. The final countdown had reached